So the idea that retention is only once they've joined and now I need to start thinking about retention is flawed at best, ignorant at worst, right? So like, it needs to be one of these things where like retention gets blanketed over everything. Everything that you do has an aspect of retention sprinkled onto it. And when you look at it that way, what we find almost every single time is that things start to get better. I care, meaning like I care a lot about members, is also not sufficient. Like it's important, and the idea that you care about your members needs to be actionable and tangible, right? Because the I care is subjective. Or like I think I care about certain things, and my wife's like, "You don't give a shit about that," and I'm like, I thought I cared, like I thought. She's like, "Why?" Because she cares about it way more, right? Like so again, if and this is where this is, and I bring this up because this is important. Like this is one of the biggest things. Like how many affiliate owners do you talk to that don't give the statement like we just really care about our members, right? Which in and of itself would kind of explain that, like, or kind of prove the fact that like you caring is not enough. It's part of it, right? And that's really kind of what I want people to leave this podcast with is like, there's a lot of different aspects to retention. Yes, you absolutely need to care. Otherwise it will come across as disingenuous and it will not work. However, you caring is not enough, right? That caring has to manifest itself in a lot of different ways, both direct, but indirect, tangible, intangible. There's a lot of things that go in there. And again, I just want people to take a step back here and be like, if retention is your problem, well, maybe we don't understand what retention is. And maybe I've been searching for this template or this email that I think is going to solve my problems when it's actually not. What I need to do is understand the overarching theme of how retention seeps into every single action that happens in the gym, how you communicate with your members, how your classes run, what your onboarding process looks like, what your retail experience looks like, all of that stuff. That stuff is retention. And if you're looking for a silver bullet, and I want this, magic 180 journey or whatever you wanted it to be, it's not going to solve your problem. It might make it a little bit better, but it's not going to solve the retention problem that you're currently dealing with.
Stop just chasing these, cold leads or people that aren't going to be great, and start nurturing. Look around your gym. You have people that have been there, like Fern said, for a year or longer. Don't forget about them, because indifference is what's going to cause them to leave. And sometimes indifference is, I'm not seeing progress like I used to. We all know at some point in our CrossFit journey, the PRs don't come every day anymore.
Right?
Things start to hurt a little bit. We have to scale workouts because our elbow is bothering us, or you had a baby. What are you doing to get that member that has a baby monster like I do to still show up 2 or 3 days a week and say, hey, this is still important to you. You need to still focus on this. So it's lots of little things.